Welcome back to the TraderVision 2020 free trial video series. My name's Ed Carter. I'm the designer of TraderVision, and along with my partners Rick Sadler and Doug Campbell, we're proud to bring you this trading tool. Today we'll talk about using the trading log. Specifically, we'll talk about why use a trading journal at all. We'll talk about the power of the TraderVision 2020 trade log as your trading journal. We'll talk about some housekeeping and maintenance issues. Then we'll do a quick summary and talk about the next video in the series. With that said, let's get started. So why use a trading journal at all? I'd like you to stop what you're doing and take some notes. For the next couple minutes here, I'm going to present to you 3 principles that thousands of traders have paid thousands of dollars to learn. These 3 principles are worth their weight in gold, and I've never met a good trader that doesn't follow these 3 principles, whether he realizes it or not, and I've never met a bad trader who does. So let's go through these 3 principles, and please pay attention. First, focus on the process, not on the events. So keep your focus on the steps, the procedures, the criteria, the rules, the things that you can control. You can never control news flow. China can do something overnight. Mario Draghi or somebody else in Europe can do something crazy. We could have an unexpected Fed rate hike. There could be a terrorist event someplace in the world. Traders could just show up with a hangover someday and the market goes down or goes up or goes crazy. These are things you cannot control, whether we're talking about the overall market or your specific trades. So we need to focus on the things we can control and continuously improve them. Do your homework. Don't wing it. Don't be surprised. Know how you'll react in all the given situations that could come about. I've heard it said that I'm just unlucky, or that trader is so lucky. Well, the truth of the matter is, the harder you work, the luckier you get. You need to do your homework. It's just that simple. You cannot show up and just trade from the hip and expect to have consistent success. And the third principle is review, grade, and then analyze every trade, every single trade. You need to look for the patterns involving your process, not involving the events, not involving the results of the trade, but about the process that you can improve, focusing again on the things you can control and improving how you do them. That way, when the things that you cannot control fall in your favor, you're ready to capitalize on them. And when things that you cannot control go against you, you're able to mitigate the impact. If you can trade by these 3 principles, you will be a good trader. And just a side note, these are the 3 principles that underlie TraderVision 2020. So with those principles out of the way, let's talk a little further. A good trading journal gives you the data to organize and record your homework and to review, grade, and analyze your trades. A famous football coach once said, "More points are scored Monday through Friday than are ever scored on Saturday." And this is absolutely true in trading. We need to focus on that process. We need to do our homework so we're not surprised or caught off guard, and we're not shooting from the hip. And then we need to review, grade, and analyze every trade and improve our process. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox now and let's move on. Let's talk about the power of TraderVision 2020 Trade Log as your trading journal. First of all, TraderVision will collect the data for you automatically. You just need to fill it out as you're working through trades. Secondly, you can focus using the trade log. You can sort your trades 13 ways to Sunday, and I'll go through that and show you examples. This allows you to focus on the most important things first and keep your priorities straight. Lastly, the TraderVision log gives you the ability to drill down so that you can review things in depth, see the plan, see the execution, see the adjustments you made, and the notes you took on every trade, including seeing the chart. You can get back inside your mind at the point in time when you were actually acting. Other things that we can accomplish with the trade log are housekeeping related. For example, we can delete trades. And why would you want to delete a planned trade? Well, suppose that the trade did not trigger and the chart has now changed, or events have changed. Perhaps the Brexit happened, and you no longer want to consider that trade even if the price comes back. Well, that's a good candidate to be deleted. Another thing that you can do is export all your trade data to another program, such as a spreadsheet or other tool, if for some reason you feel a need to slice and dice the data even more finely than TraderVision does. Along with that, you have the ability to import history from another program, such as a brokerage, for example, if you want to populate historical trades to the best of the ability that those brokerages have recorded data. Finally, you have the ability to do backup and restore, and this is important for security. The truth of the matter is, no matter how lucky we are, bad things will happen to computers at some point in time. I think everybody has experienced a glitch or a crash, whether it's from a power outage or a fire or somebody stole your laptop. These things happen. Backup is there to protect you when those things happen, and we can do that with TraderVision. Okay, enough of the PowerPoint. Let's go on and do some examples. The first thing we want to do is open TraderVision. As always, TraderVision opens to the dashboard view. In this case, we're speaking about the trade log, so let's click that tab. The first thing you'll notice is that you have the ability to select the account you wish to deal with. Let's just stay with this test account. You'll note there are many columns of data that we can use to sort the trade log. For example, we can look at the trade number, the status, whether it's closed, planned, or open, the ticker, the direction of the trade, the most recent entry and exit dates for the trade, the next earnings report date, the number of shares that are open and the cost basis that is still open, the open gain-loss in dollars and percentage terms, and the total trade gain-loss in dollars and percentage terms. Finally, we can look at the planned reward-to-risk ratio. So how would we use these to organize our work? Well, at the beginning of a day, for example, we would open the search function, and let's just look at our planned trades. In this case, we've got a number of planned trades. How do we decide which one to watch first? We sort by the planned reward to risk, and we say, well, let's keep an eye on Z first, and then M, and after that, BPT, and beyond that, quality, CPLA. We can approach these things based on what we expect to our first target in terms of reward versus risk, and that way we're looking to get in to the most advantageous positions first. Another way to look at trade log is to open the search function again. This time, let's look at both planned and open trades. We'll keep those closed trades out of our way. Set that filter, and now we have open and planned trades both visible. We sort by the status, and now we can manage our open trades first, and then look to enter new positions, again, based on the planned reward to risk. So we would manage the open positions based on their cost basis open, for example, or for their open gain loss if we're looking to take profits today. And then we would be looking at planned trades based on their reward to risk for a new entry. If there's news on a particular ticker, sort by tickers, find that ticker that you're interested in, open that trade. Again, on each trade, we have the ability to drill down. So on this Twitter trade, we opened it on the 1st of July. We can see the plan that we had in place. We can see the actual execution that is underway. Perhaps it's time to enter our target, or maybe we need to move the stop. Maybe we need to record notes. Perhaps we need to enter that I was afraid due to the overall market and I moved my target and took profits on the first half of the position too early. That's an important note for us to take action on in the future as we review our trades. So that gives you some idea how we can focus our priorities easily with Trader Vision's trade log. Let's go on to looking at some housekeeping issues, because as much as we all hate to clean the gutters, if we don't keep those gutters cleaned out, the rain will overflow and pretty soon we'll have water seeping through the walls in the basement. That's just life. We need to do our maintenance. In this case, perhaps it's a trade on the list that we have planned, but we no longer need to keep in this list. For example, maybe the market has moved away and this is no longer a valid setup. Even if price does come back and hit our trigger, we do not want to enter this trade. We simply select the trade, click delete. It asks us if we are sure we want to delete it, and we say yes. That trade is now gone. As we talked about earlier, you can import trades from an external source. If we click OK, it will ask us for a file name and the type of separators that we're using for that data, the type of dates, formats that we're using, and so forth. If we want to export, the process is similar. We click OK. It asks us what type of an export file we want to create. If we click OK, it then asks us what specific fields we want to export and asks us to give it a file name. To do a backup is just as simple. We click the Backup and Restore button, select Full System Backup, click OK, and it would ask us for the file name, location where we want to put that backup. Personally, I like to keep all my backups in a separate drive in a particular folder. I can then either remove that drive, it's an external drive, and put it in a safe place, or I can burn them to a CD or DVD and take that off-site. That protects me from catastrophic events such as a fire or a burglary, that sort of thing. To do a restore, the process is the same. We click the Backup and Restore button, select Full System Restore, click OK. It asks us for the location and name of the file we want to restore. And that's it. Those are the things that I wanted to cover today on TradeLog. Pretty straightforward, but very powerful. And this tool will save you more money than anybody would ever anticipate. With that said, let's go back and do a quick summary. Okay, so today we talked about why we want to use a trading log. I gave you that free soapbox lesson, the 3 principles that define every good trader. And the Trading Journal is the tool that will allow you to use those 3 principles. We talked about the power of the Trader Vision 2020 trade log, how we automatically capture so much data, have the ability to sort that data in many different ways so that we can focus our priorities. We also have the ability to drill down and look at trade plans, how we executed, what adjustments we made, the notes we took, and even see the charts for each of our trades. Then we talked about some simple housekeeping, deleting trades that were planned and never executed, exporting our trades to another tool if we decide we want to look at it in a different way that Trader Vision does not currently allow, and importing trades from files such as from our brokerage. Of course, that will be limited by what data those brokerage or other files have recorded. We talked about doing backups and restores to protect ourselves in the event of some bad occurrence, a fire, a theft, a power outage, etc. Bad things happen to computers. That's just the nature of the beast. That's it for today. In the next video, we'll be speaking about the Trader Vision user workshops. We hold 3 of those each month. You should be getting invitations to those. And we'll give you a video example of what to expect at each of those sessions. Until next time, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.